That kind of nerd. Let's start the show with comics, movies, and technology. Here we go, bringing you the segments that you're looking for, like Cape Talk, Screen to Stream, Tech Perspective, and more. Cast this nerd degree and the blockbuster. Welcome to the club, cause you're that kind of nerd.
Welcome everyone to That Kind of Nerds podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined by Brian Thornton.
I don't have anything funny to say this week.
Oh, that's
Do
good.
it again.
You want to do it again? You want me to re-intro? Okay.
No, I don't know if I'll have anything funny to say anyway.
Unfortunately, Josh couldn't be here this week because he's physically down in the Loot Crate offices stuffing boxes, so that way Brian can finally get the Loot Crate that was deserved to him. So with that being said, let us turn our attention to the world of comics. See how it's affecting TV, see how it's affecting movies, but most of all, how is it affecting Brian? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk!
This week, the latest and final trailer for the Joker movie came out, and I still don't know how I feel about this. I still don't get this movie. I
don't think anybody does.
All the original problems that we had with it, or what we kind of think this movie is going to be, are still there. Critics obviously raving about this, saying Oscar, 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 and I'm like, okay, great, but like, fine. I don't get why this is a Joker movie.
It's not. It's King of Comedy with the Joker.
I
with
have
Joaquin.
heard of this. Yes, this is the analogy I keep hearing.
Yeah, you ever see King of Comedy
I have
with
not, no.
Robert De Niro?
I have not. No, ironically enough, who is in this movie? I have not seen King of Comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it. I just know of it. That's just kind of how I roll. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so you haven't seen it either, but you have heard this.
No,
this,
I have
this
not seen
criticism
it
and linking it together.
I know it's always been critically acclaimed. I'm pretty sure Robert De Niro got nominated for an Oscar for King of Comedy. And I know the concept is he is a struggling comedian, and that is really all I know. I mean, I don't know. I know it's not like a serial killer movie, but I know he's like a struggling comedian in it. Well, and that's the analogy that I keep hearing as well.
Being that this is the internet and we can't just let good enough alone, people are diving to all kinds of conclusions and weird theories to try to say, well, the Robert Pattinson movie and this Joker movie are going to be linked. To which
Who
I
says
say,
that?
Oh man, it's all over the place. I can't deal with it anymore. But
I didn't realize that was the rumor mill.
Oh, that is one of the. There's rumors about everything for this.
Can we talk about just the fact that like I don't like the whole concept of this movie? I don't want this movie.
Yeah,
this movie's awful.
Yes, this is one of those movies where we're empathizing with a villain. We're empathizing with a madman. We're empathizing with a person who's going to commit violence and probably not face any consequences.
I mean, if he does, if he does, it'll be in the form of death, and he'll be a martyr. We're going to celebrate this guy.
Right? Oh, yes,
he does
100%.
And I don't want that. That's not my. Forget about the fact that listen, there's plenty of movies that do that. You know, there's Taxi Driver, there's American Psycho. You know, there's plenty of movies who have you sympathize and get inside the mind of a guy who is slowly going crazy, and I'm fine with that. If it's done right, it can be done very well. But this is a character that I don't need that for. I don't want that for. It makes no sense to sympathize with this character, knowing where he fits in the greater scheme of things. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like we all liked Heath Ledger's Joker, but like we were kind of hoping he would get caught, right? You
never sat there watching Dark Knight being like, I hope he gets away with it. I hope he murders a ton of people.
Right?
Like you never had that.
No.
So like,
I will
see. There's a difference between showing someone's motivations and showing inside their mind and sympathizing with them.
You know what? I think
just from this trailer, I'm supposed to sympathize with him.
I think that's where I'm bumping against this movie, is that exact point. It's that you wanted to think about this until right now. Right. I would like to know his point of view. I think it would be fun to understand the psychosis and everything going wrong in the Joker's head, but I don't want to empathize with him, and I don't want to root for him. And I feel like that is what you're right. That's what this movie is asking us to do.
Yeah, I have a problem with it. I don't think it's a good, and I don't give a crap if it's got 100% Rotten Tomatoes. You know why it has 100% Rotten Tomatoes? Because
no fans
10 people have seen it.
Yeah, right.
10 whole critics have seen it, and those 10 critics are the exact people who this movie is catered for.
Right.
I think once this gets wide release, I think once more critics see it, I think a lot of critics are going to look at this movie and be like, this movie is kind of irresponsible and not good. And sure, you know what? Joaquin Phoenix is always great.
Yeah.
He can give the performance of his life. He may be worthy of an Oscar for his performance in here, but it's the movie itself can be irresponsible as well. So I think a lot of critics are going to watch it and feel that way. And I think I don't think this movie is going to tank. I think it's going to make a good amount of money. It'll definitely make its money back.
Oh, yeah.
I just think that it's not going to be well received.
I think it's one of those things of like, and not to the extent, but the thing like Lion King, where people are like, well, I have to go see it. And then they see it like, I hate it, but I already gave you my money. Like, you already got the money. So, like,
Lion King was very divisive. Some people hated it. Some people loved it. I did not care for it. I'm sorry.
You found this article online, though, Brian, and I think it kind of speaks to some maybe the larger topic about this movie and DC right now. And the title is "A Batman vs. Joker Movie Could Make Marvel's Avengers Look Like the Powerpuff Girls."
Yeah, I don't even understand that headline. Do you?
No, because the Powerpuff Girls are cool, but also, no, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. What was the larger point that you were gathering about it?
So I read that article, and I immediately first I nerd raged just a little bit, as one does when somebody reads a ridiculously stupid article from, I think this is Forbes, right?
This is The Guardian.
Oh, The Guardian.
But
okay,
but Forbes equally as bad.
But my point is, when you read an article such as this and you're like, that's the stupidest effing thing I've ever read. I mean, I wanted to jump down the story. I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let's think about this. We've seen this movie. I mean, I don't understand the headline because we saw a Batman versus Joker movie. It was The Dark Knight. It was great.
Yep.
It did very well. It did not do Avengers money, but it did extremely well.
Right. And to be fair, I don't think there was Avengers money to be had when that movie first came out, right?
That movie came out in 2008. So between that and Iron Man is really what paved the way for the movies and the Avengers money that we're seeing.
So at the time of Dark Knight, there was no holy shit $1 billion or big ass movies like
right. Yeah, we weren't talking about, top grossing movies in the world or anything like that. That was just a glimmer in people's eyes at that point. But what I will say is, I thought about this and I said, well, and considering what we just said about the Joker movie and kind of how irresponsible it can be and the concept is, I said, okay, well, I like the idea of seeing a story from the Joker's perspective. I like that idea. We've seen it done in comic books and cartoons and video games, several times, and it's usually entertaining.
Right.
So I said, what if we did this? And when I say we, I mean me and the movie studio that's in my head. Unless Hollywood wants to hire me, who knows?
Right.
Maybe this is the idea that gets me into Hollywood. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Anyway, what if we do the Robert Pattinson movie? What if we do everything that we've been reading where Robert Pattinson is up against maybe the Joker and like 6 other villains in Arkham Asylum? I think we can all agree that we'd be on board for that, right?
Yes.
What if we release that movie and then a year later, we release the same story, but we release it from the Joker's perspective? So you're going to have different shots. Some of the scenes are going to overlap, but you're going to have different things like, oh, well, hey, while Batman was doing this, the Joker was doing this. Different points of view, different things. You get inside the mind of the madman as far as why they're doing it, what is going on, and exactly what his motivations are. And then you get a satisfying look into this person's mind, knowing that he's not going to win. I mean, it's Batman.
Right.
Batman will
Win.
defeat him. You can get like a little extra layer to the story on that. And I was like, that could be a pretty good idea. And I'm wondering if you or any of the listeners would think that would be an interesting take.
So this has never really been done before in the sense of two separate movies doing this, right? I can't think of an example in which that has been done before, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Not that I know of. It would be an experiment from a movie standpoint as well.
I think I can draw parallels to it happening within a single movie. For example, any heist movie like Oceans, where you show the characters doing their benign stuff, and then you flash forward to, well, this is what they were doing from their Mark's perspective, or
right, the heist took place before the movie even happened.
Right, or like in Harry Potter with Hermione when she had the time travel, and you get to see what the day was like before they time traveled, and then what they were doing to interfere with that day, and each of it having like a different outcome. So I see that happening in a single movie together. But I think you're right. If you wanted to do something like this, it would have to be two separate stories. You would have to do this in two separate movies.
Right.
I don't think I would personally go to the movies to see that played out. I like the idea. What I think it would better lend itself to, though, so hear me out, you can still get a Hollywood job.
Ooh, okay. As long as it ends in me working for
still
Hollywood.
has a Hollywood job. You could do this in like an animated style, where you would do it maybe a month or a couple of weeks apart. I think you could. I think that would be better, because I don't know. I just don't. It's already out there as a far concept as movies go. I think you would have a little more leeway to do stuff. Also, way better issues with continuity from a perspective, from a practical perspective, with animation than you would with live action.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you get Mark Hamill to be the Joker.
So,
I
was going to disagree with you.
Kevin Conroy as Batman.
I was going to disagree
and
with
Mark
you,
Hamill as the Joker.
That brilliant shit.
Come on, that'd be awesome. Now, come on.
I mean, so what you're saying is like a direct to the DVD or straight to DC Universe. Here's one movie, and then a month later, we release another movie, same story from the different perspective.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that, but you don't think if we do this live action, this does two things. A, it forces me as a studio exec to not just get a good story, but to get a
you need two good stories.
I need two good stories, but I need a really good Joker. We can't Jared Leto this shit.
Oh, no,
I need somebody who's going to be just as captivating as Joker as Batman is in the suit. That's going to force me to get a good, not just some supporting character. Oh, we'll throw him into the villain role and maybe he'll surprise us, right? I'm going to have to have I'm going to have to throw some money at it, but I'm going to have two solid actors that can hold their own movie by themselves. And then that elevates both movies. So, I mean, Robert Pattinson's already Batman. That's fine. And who knows? I don't have any feelings either way. I actually think it could be good. You don't think that's going to elevate his performance and vice versa? It forces a movie, and everybody's going to see Batman. Everybody's going to see a Batman movie.
Here's my bigger question.
My point is the budget's not going to like be huge. You spend a little extra money.
Yeah, it would.
You spend a little extra money. You're not filming two movies because you are going to have things overlapping with each other. You just are going to have different angles and extra scenes here and there from the different perspectives. You throw a little extra money at the actor to throw in the Joker. So maybe instead of one budget, it's like 1.5. You get two movies out of it. You get let's face it, you get the 600 million opening month that you're going to get out of a Batman movie. And then you get to double dip again.
So barring probably
make up the rest of your money.
Barring the fact that probably every union involved with this movie will say, fuck no, pay us for the two movies. You're not getting 2 for 1 out of this.
Well, if I
let's just say the loophole. No. Let's say the loophole happens and the unions are like down for that. I mean, I don't know. As an audience member, am I aware that a second movie is coming out from the other perspective, or is that just a hidden thing that you drop a year later? Are you gonna Cloverfield it where I don't know what the fuck's going on to like the last minute?
No, I think you tease it at the end of the Batman movie. No press, no fanfare. You do all the marketing behind the Batman movie,
Right.
and then you tease the Joker movie as a stinger, post-credit scene, mid-credit scene, however you want to do it. Whether you do it and you maybe show a trailer for the Joker movie, and then a year later release the Joker movie.
Oh, so you have a trailer at the end of the movie or a scene or
Right.
whatever. Something to say, hey guys.
I don't have to do any
next
huge
year-
marketing push behind the Joker movie. Maybe
listen,
a little
I could've-
extra. While
okay,
the
all
date
right,
gets closer.
Hollywood, calm down.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. You want because it's never been done before. If you could show me a movie in which that was done, I would be like, hey, all right, cool. Like I could get behind, even if it was poorly done. Just the fact that it has been done. I don't know if I would want Batman and the Joker to be the guinea pig. I don't know. So you know what I want to do, listener? I'm asking you. What do you think about this? This is a pretty bold thing. And again, Hollywood, hire Brian Thornton. Hire
Yes,
him.
please. I mean, if you could call, do you have Hollywood's phone number?
You know what? Brian, if you stay a little bit after the show, I think you'll find out if I have Hollywood's number.
You find Hollywood's number. Get them on the phone with me, sir.
Well, you know what we should do in the meantime? We should talk about my favorite hobby, where I go around the internet, I find the weird, I find the obscure, and then I ask this gentleman here for his tech perspective. Brian Thornton.
Secota Malone.
I understand it's Mayon, by the way.
Mayon.
The double L has a Mayon sound.
Gotcha.
I understand you have a Nintendo switcheroo, right? You have the switcheroo.
I do like to switch it up
from
every
the
once in a while.
Nintendo.
You know? The Nintendo spaghettis, yes.
So explain to me why the internet, in an uproar, very excited uproar, that the Switch is getting 20, not one, not two, but 20 SNES games right now available on the Switch today. What's going on?
From what I understand, because I don't frequent the Nintendo e-store like every day, there has been no classic NES and SNES games in the Nintendo e-store. Now, you're probably wondering, well, who cares? Why is that a big deal?
Right.
The reason it's a big deal is because the Wii U and the Wii had these games available, so the ports are done.
Oh.
The games exist. They just were not made available for you to purchase, for you to actually play. Like, you can download Mario 64 on your Wii U.
Right.
And, pay $20, $30 and play it.
Sure.
But Nintendo Switch has been out for over a year now.
Yeah.
And they haven't had any availability to these games. It has been quite a thorn in the side of people who want these games, don't necessarily want or have a SNES Mini or NES Mini, like the classics.
Right. Like, hey,
they don't have those.
Right.
But they want like one or two of the games. So this is a pretty big deal. This is a huge amount of revenue that's about to come Nintendo's way as well.
Let me understand this. You were a Nintendo fan, so you had a Wii U, correct?
I did, yes.
And then you got bit by the nostalgia bug. You're like, you know what I wish I could play right now on my Wii U? Super Mario World.
Sure.
I wish I had it. So on your Wii U, you went to a little online store, almost like an app store, and you said, hey, I can give them some schmeckles, and then I can get Super Mario World. So you paid 20 schmeckles and got Super Mario World.
Indeed, yes.
Okay. Then you got a new Switch. So you gave Nintendo another $299 and got a new console. Woo!
Correct.
And then you got bit by
the console.
You got bit by the nostalgia bug again. And you're like, oh, I wish I could play Super Mario World, but on the Switch.
Mm.
And then Nintendo was just like, what you gonna do? I mean, we can't do that. And now they're saying, oh, hey, come to the store and give us 20 schmeckles again, and we'll let you play Super Mario World, but on your Switch.
Sure.
Is that how that's working?
I'm pretty sure.
So it's like me if I have an app on my phone I really like, then I bought a new iPhone, and then I give them the money again to play that app?
I understand the point you're making. I'm not defending it.
No. I'm just asking, is that what they're doing?
Yes, but
That's awesome.
I will
enjoy the money.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
It's marketing brilliance. And the reason you can't just like log into an account, if I recall correctly, Nintendo didn't have like an online platform, much like, PlayStation and Xbox does.
Yes.
Until the Nintendo Switch. So you can download stuff on your Wii U, but it wasn't tied to any
larger
personal profile or anything like that for you to just be like, oh, let me download it for the Switch. Plus, let's face it, I mean, it's not a one-for-one port. They had to do some work to actually get these games available.
Absolutely.
So if you want it on the Switch, you should absolutely pay the extra 20 schmeckles. Otherwise, I have a Wii U. I might, if I really wanted to, I could plug it in and play it that way. So
yeah,
I'm fine with them, completely on board.
I'm just thinking
I'm
of
excited.
the games that I bought on my Xbox 360. Xbox was like, hey, we'll do an emulator. It will allow you to play basically Xbox 360 on your Xbox One. Don't worry, don't pay for the games again. You can do it. I'm thinking on my iPhone, I buy a new iPhone, all my games just come over. So seems like
Right.
Nintendo was a little bit behind on this one. Were they not?
At the same time, though, when's the last time you played that app of Bejeweled or Candy Crush that you downloaded on your iPhone 5?
Not my iPhone 5, but like my iPhone 8, the one I got last year.
You played it on your
I
iPhone
did.
8,
I actually
or
so I'm not kidding. So
you just downloaded Candy Crush.
the other day I downloaded an app. I'm a little ashamed to admit it. That was on my iPhone 6 called Rat on a Scooter.
Wait,
which is
what?
It's called Rat on a Scooter.
What the hell is this?
It's called Rat on a Scooter.
What do you do in Rat on a Scooter?
You are a rat, right? Who's on a scooter, and you do obstacles to earn points. It's one of those things that like I don't think it's on the App Store anymore, but because like I download whatever, I got it. I'm just saying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract with Rat on a Scooter.
I'm completely distracted from Rat on a Scooter.
But I downloaded a very old game onto my phone, and I played it the other week. I deleted it because it was terrible.
Is it like a Temple Run type game?
Yeah, it's a side scroller where you're
Tell
a rat.
me more about Rat on a Scooter.
You're a rat on a scooter, and then you have to jump to a platform. It's a platformer. You have to jump to platforms, but you're just a rat.
like Zombie Tsunami.
It's no, not like zombie. Don't you dare.
I enjoyed Zombie Tsunami.
But sure. Okay.
What's wrong with Zombie Tsunami?
Nothing's wrong with Zombie Tsunami.
I feel like something's wrong with Zombie Tsunami.
You know what is wrong with stuff? Samsung. I gotta brag for. I gotta yell for just a minute. Okay?
You gotta brag.
I gotta yell.
What are
at
you yelling
Samsung.
about?
We
Okay.
had talked about Samsung Galaxy Fold. Remember the folding phone that they unveiled, and then they gave it to reviewers, and all the reviewers were like, "It's broken," and then they said, "Oh, we have to cancel all the pre-orders, and then you can go ahead and."
Oh no!
So Samsung canceled all the pre-orders for the Galaxy Fold when it's supposed to come out earlier this year, right? And gave everybody a little bit of a credit, a little bit of stuff to kind of make up for the oopsies, right? It pissed off a lot of carriers, like now T-Mobile's not going to carry it, and AT&T got mad at them and whatnot. So then pre-orders came back up because they said that they had fixed and redesigned the phone, okay? So they've redesigned the Fold, Brian, so that way it doesn't break as soon as you use it.
We're sorry.
But then
sorry.
I read a headline, and I clearly thought I was just reading an article because it said, Samsung is canceling all Galaxy Fold pre-orders so it can, quote, rethink the entire customer experience. To which I said, oh, no, terrible news outlet. We've already done that. Like, stay up to date. Until I realized it was The Verge. It was written on 9/5, and they did it again, Brian. They canceled all pre-orders for this folding phone for a second time, and then have given pre-order customers Samsung store credit. So that way they can rethink the entire customer experience.
Huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
They gave them $250 as store credit for consolation, and now, Brian, you can't pre-order this phone.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would assume it's clearly not ready.
But it is. It's still coming out. It's coming out September 6th. Well, I mean, end of the month for the U.S., but it's going to be out in the world in September.
Oh, okay.
But you can't pre-order it.
Well, I mean, I'm not okay, but I that puts a lot of faith in it. This September?
Yeah, this September. Yep.
We're in September. You realize?
It is
currently
yes, we
this
are. It's September
September.
6th, right? So okay, so today, the day of this recording, right? So last Friday, listener, it's available in Korea. September 18th, it'll be out in France, Germany, Singapore, and the UK. And then in the coming weeks, which everyone thinks around is the 27th of September, it'll be in the US. But you can't pre-order
This really is building a lot of confidence in a phone that comes out in 2 weeks.
right? The hell? So if you were one of those people who pre-ordered it, I mean, good luck. Enjoy your $250 credit. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. This phone's ridiculous. Okay, when I say that this segment is about the weird and the obscure, I can't think of anything better than what happened this week. And I let me read the headline. Jeremy Renner fans, apparently that's a thing, are devastated and confused over the closure of his app. To which I said, hold the fucking phone. Jeremy Renner has his own app? So I dove into this, Brian. I dove a little deeper than I cared to admit. And I found that he had an app that not only had, clips of him and social media feed, his Facebook, YouTube, stuff like that. It also had his music, because apparently he's an aspiring musician. I mean, the man...
I have heard that.
I did not know this was a thing. So the app had...
The app or Jeremy Renner being a musician?
Both.
He started off as a makeup artist, too.
No, I didn't know this at all. I don't know enough about Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, you should really dig in. He's an interesting guy.
Sounds fascinating. But here was the deal with this app, okay? So you would have this app, and it would also basically have the social media content and stuff like that. And what you do is you would post a message. So
you had an app filled with links?
No, because it's embedded in the app, right? So
it's
silly. Embedded. But it's just, if you follow him on Instagram, you got what was in the app. You know what I mean? So here's the deal. Instead of putting just a comment on the YouTube video, you will put a comment in this app. And then hopefully Jeremy Renner would see it, and he sometimes interacts with the fans, right? But
Isn't
Brian,
that what social media is for?
Yes, Brian, but you know what you can do on social media to get that kind of thing? You can't monetize that, right? So the app would let you buy stars. And if you got enough stars you put enough stars on the post, Brian, it would go up to the top. So maybe, just maybe Jeremy will see it. Maybe he'll pick me out of the crowd, Brian.
Are you fucking shitting me?
No, this is what the thing did. So if you put enough stars, if you paid for enough digital Hoopla stars, you could maybe get
Doesn't he have enough Avengers money? Why does he need people purchasing stars?
No. But this is crazy. So then I said, okay, so why? What happened? Why did we jump this? Like, why did we shut this down? And then I saw his goodbye statement. And by the way, whoever was in charge of Jeremy Renner's shutdown statement for this, I hate your goddamn choice of font. All right, you deserve to.
Is it Comic Sans?
It's worse than Comic Sans, Brian.
Papyrus.
I don't know what it is. If you put Papyrus and Comic Sans together, that's what it looks like. It's gross.
Comicarus.
There we go. It says, goodbye. The app has jumped the shark. Literally. Nope. No, it has not, Jeremy Renner. Just like to take a moment. Your app did not physically jump a shark. Due to clever individuals that were able to manipulate ways to impersonate me and others within the app, I have asked the company that runs the app to shut it down immediately.
Shut it down.
And refund anyone who has purchased any stars over the last 90 days. So, first off, there were people buying stars. Oh, God. Okay, all right. What was supposed to be...
I'm interested. Can you get the stats on how much money people spend on stars?
I don't know. What was supposed to be a place for fans to connect with each other has turned into a place that is everything I detest and cannot or won't condone. My sincerest apologies for those who have that this has turned out this way, other than I intended, and to all the super fans who have supported me with your words of encouragement, amazing art, stories, and time shared on the app, a genuine thank you. And I hope to see you on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. What? How?
I'm still stuck on people buying stars.
People buy the
I don't
stars,
give a shit about
Brian.
the shutdown message.
People bought... Oh, my God. So let me ask you a question, Brian, because obviously Jeremy Renner...
They know Facebook is free, right?
They do know Facebook is free, but let me ask you a question, Brian. If you had to, if we gave you the ability to make an app where you could buy stars and have a celebrity maybe see the post, who would you wish it would be? Because I know Jeremy Renner is not the answer.
I think you know the answer already.
I don't know who would the answer be.
You absolutely do know the answer.
I don't know the answer.
I would do anything for this man.
I don't know.
If I were able to buy stars and receive a Klondike bar from Robert Downey Jr., I would lose my mind.
That's right. Okay. I was thinking maybe it would be Anna Kendrick or Kristen Bell, Brian. Kristen Bell.
Both are also very good options.
Here's what I would like.
But here's the thing.
Please, yes.
I'm going to be happily married soon. So the key is to get a good friend, a good buddy out of this. Not, I want to meet Anna Kendrick because I'm secretly in love with her type of thing.
It doesn't have to be a romantic thing.
Uh-huh. I mean, they're both very funny and witty as well. I would totally hang out with
So
them.
I figured out what celebrity I would like to have their app where I get their artwork and I get to see their music career. The one that you deep dive into it. I want a Nicolas Cage app. Because wouldn't you just love to know the crazy stuff going on in that guy's head?
No.
The crazy artwork and songs he would be doing. I want to hear
kind
him
of glimpse it based on his moving and his acting choices.
I want to hear him read The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. And I want to buy like 9 stars to be like, that was crazy. How did you get into that mindset? And hear an answer from that one. I would spend easily $7 to get in front of Nicolas Cage.
Do you have the price structure of the stars?
I don't.
Is it like $100 for 20, or is it like, find out the price structure for me? I'm interested in what the return on investment is. But how long was the app running for? This app that nobody freaking knew about, by the way.
Oh my God. It was announced in 2017.
So it's been running for 2 years.
About 2 years. So here's the price point that you got, Brian. The app was free to download, but an but an in-app purchase was in the range of $1.99 to $100 to buy stars. You can also earn stars, right, for free, but you could basically pay to play for this one. I just need to know how many stars $1.99 got you.
Yeah, I figured they went up to 100, but I'm looking to see how many stars you got. You know this is not Jeremy Renner interacting with these people.
Well, yeah, it's clearly his people, but it was run by Jeremy Renner and the people that ran the app. Like
quote, it means a lot when you can see he genuinely appreciates the fans and wants them to know it. Who said that? Who clearly has no idea that Publicists exists.
I'm devastated to hear that we lost a Jeremy Renner ad. Please respect my privacy in this moment of trial. Oh my God, this is insane. Oh, I can't deal with this. I don't know what's worse, Samsung canceling all their pre-orders for the phones, or the fact that at least someone spent over $100 to try to get Jeremy Renner's attention on an app dedicated just to him, when Twitter is completely free.
All of these apps that are embedded in this app are completely free.
Right.
Everything about this app is completely free except the stars to get the attention of the intern of Jeremy Renner's publicist.
Oh my God. I can't find the price structure.
Okay, move on.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, I can't get it. Sorry.
I said move on.
Jimmy, before we move into the next topic, will you do that thing? Feels good. I like it. Before we get into the next topic, we just want to say that your support of this show is what keeps us going every single week. And if you want to support this show and get exclusive content, become a member of our Patreon. Benefits start at just $5 and you will earn a shout out on the next show. So go to patreon.com/thatkindofnerd and join today. Jimmy, back to the show. All right, let's stop talking about Jeremy Renner and terrible apps, and let's turn our attention to the world of TV and movies, because god darn, there are a lot of trailers that we need to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Scream to Stream, and against my better judgment, and against my wishes, but there's only 2 of us on the show this week. Wouldn't be fair to put this all on Brian. I watched the second trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I did not want to watch this. I was done. I was done with the trailers. Movie bought in. But yet here I am watching this trailer.
They haven't given anything new away.
Well, they gave that clearly they gave away the fact that they're going to do that parallel to Luke when he went into that cave with Yoda and fought, Darth Vader and then turned out to be himself. They're doing that with Rey because she's got the Sweeney red lightsaber thing. And she looks evil. Here's the thing that really perplexed me. If I may, I'm sorry.
No, please let me hear your perplexion.
The thing that really perplexed me was this trailer. Right, it's 2 minutes and 23 seconds, and
3/4 of it is recap.
And you don't see any new footage, right, until 1:15.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
What the hell? Half the trailer is nothing.
That's fine. I'm okay with it.
Okay, go ahead, please. Your thoughts on this?
No, I mean, it's exciting. I'm very very invested. But here's the thing. The rumor is, oh, Dark Ray, or Ray's going to turn to the dark side, yada, yada, yada. If I recall correctly, some Star Wars nerd bigger than me, please correct me if I'm wrong. You don't need to be a Sith to have a red lightsaber. You can just pick up a lightsaber. Right?
I think yes, in the sense of like
steeped into like the extended universe and the television shows and stuff. So I don't know for sure, but just the fact that she has a red lightsaber means absolute jack.
Yeah, I think
right.
I think again, I don't know. I'm not the only person. I think the only people who have had red lightsabers have been bad guys. I think it's the thing of like all bad guys have red lightsabers, but not all people who have red lightsabers are bad guys.
Sure,
right? Like
I got it. All fingers are,
Nope. No, all fingers are what, Brian? Go ahead.
I'm not going to finish it because I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
Okay.
All thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs.
Yes,
I gotcha.
Right.
I get it.
Listen, the other reason they're saying that she turns evil is because she's wearing a black hood and everything like that. Like,
black is not exclusive to evil people
or hoods.
What's up with the red-eyed C-3PO?
He got high, right?
I'm more concerned about evil C-3PO. This is all going to turn out that C-3PO is the ultimate bad guy.
Are we kind of saying that? Well, here's the other thing I noticed. He had 2 gold arms. He didn't have his red arm anymore.
Okay, yeah, maybe they spray painted it, but seriously, like, what if C-3PO's the mastermind behind Snow?
Really? What if like Jar Jar Binks is the evil Sith?
What if C-3PO is the ultimate leader?
This is why I don't like watching second trailers, Brian. I don't want to hear your shitty ideas or thoughts or rumors.
This is not a shitty idea.
I just want the rumor. I just want the movie to play. I don't need any more. This is not a shitty idea. Are you trying to tell me?
The Empire's run.
Okay, please.
By C-3PO and Jar Jar Binks.
Okay, there you go.
That's how the series ends.
Boom. That's how we drop this.
Mic drop. Hollywood, hire me.
The only thing that's explicitly clear about this series, right, about this saga, is this is the freaking end of all Star Wars main storyline as we know it, right? We are going to be done with the Skywalker family. We are leaving them done.
I hope so. I really do. There's so much more to talk about in this universe.
Yeah.
I'm very perplexed why we need to keep going back to the Skywalker well. There's been plenty of extended universe stuff that has nothing to do with that has been very successful. Just tell me another story. It's a giant galaxy far, far away. Tell me another story of another group of people in it. It doesn't always have to be the Skywalker.
Show me Chewbacca's wife and family, right?
I don't give a crap about Chewbacca. I saw that. I've seen the Christmas special. Oh God, you don't want to see that.
No, I don't want to see it. Listen, this is trailer. You're already seeing Star Wars. Stop making trailers. You're done. We're good. I
think this is the last trailer we get.
I hope to God, but I can only.
Besides,
I'm not watching another one.
Besides random TV spots, I'm sure this is the last.
I'm not watching those. I am done. I don't care what the next trailer TV spot is. I'm not watching it anymore. All right. Want to go on to another trailer that actually did get me excited. Like sold me on something.
Sure.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Right?
Now, here's the thing, Brian. I've been hurt by Terminator. All right?
I know.
I'm in a little tiny... There's a couple of us. We have a meeting. We all sit around. There's bad coffee and donuts.
Listen, everybody's been hurt by one Terminator movie in their lifetime.
I got hurt by 2.
It's different for everybody. Some people multiple, but there's at least one Terminator movie that hurt you.
Yes.
I get it.
It was Genesis. That hurt badly.
Really, I wasn't that upset with Genesis.
I got hurt by that. And Salvation, not so much that Salvation wasn't good, it was I wanted more of that and was told, no, you can no has.
I really enjoyed Salvation.
I love
the one that hurt me was Rise of the Machines.
I got true story.
Rise of the Machines hurt me deep.
True story. I got engaged after seeing Terminator Salvation.
Oh, so it has a little special place in your heart.
Not so much for that. It was a good fucking movie.
Like immediately after, like in the theater lobby, you proposed? Like, how did that work?
I will one day tell the ridiculous story, because it is ridiculous, of how I got engaged. Just know that, Brian, that Terminator Salvation played a major part within the fact that I chose the moment to propose.
Oh, just an afterthought. It played a major part in your engagement?
Because of Terminator Salvation, I decided that oh, I think I should propose now. This is when you have the ring in the pocket for a long time. Yeah, you carry the ring around.
Did you do it in the theater?
I did not do it in the theater.
In the lobby?
No. I was
While
not
waiting
at
for
the movie
concessions.
theater. No. Very nice place. Went to a park. It was blah, blah, blah. But because of Terminator Salvation, I'll share the story one day. Can we get back to this movie, please? Let's talk about Terminator Dark Fate, because it's really good.
Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by your ridiculousness.
Yes, that is my ridiculousness. I like the I'll be back line. That was fun.
Given that the Sarah Connor was fun.
Yeah, I like the fact that what's her face from *Halt and Catch Fire*, which is the only thing I know her from, looks like a weird Terminator human hybrid thing.
Sure, yeah.
That looks cool.
It's new. It's something new.
It's something cool. That's something new, which is cool. And the CGI of the T2 still looks pretty. Or what was it? What was the liquid one? What was it called?
T1000.
T1000 looks really fucking fun.
Well, I think this is technically a T3000.
Yeah, whatever. It'll be some new model, but the general gist, like when Arnold's shooting in the head and it's just bouncing back and forth, and then yeah, it looks like that. That's the stuff that James Cameron wished he could have done, but couldn't do just due to technical limitations.
Right,
and it looks fun. Plus, Arnold looks like he's there, so that's fun.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he is super focal to the plot.
Right.
Which is where Genesis started falling apart.
Yes.
Even though I like Genesis, Old Man Terminator does not work.
Well, we'll see. Who knows?
I'm excited. I think it looks good.
It looks really good.
It's directed by Tim Miller. I don't think this movie is going to crap out.
They really director of Deadpool. You guys like that, right? Yeah, you like that? All right, cool, thanks.
Yeah, of course. Like, listen, if you got the director of Deadpool, like, here's what cracks me up about this trailer and any movie trailer in general. If you're gonna highlight the producer, I'm worried because the producer doesn't do as much as people think.
Right, but. It is
James Cameron.
No, but this is the second time or third time.
Yeah, he produced Genesis.
You've paraded James Cameron in front of me before.
I don't think he produced Salvation.
I don't
know
think he
did. Produced Genesis.
I know he did Genesis, and that was a shitstorm. But James Cameron
Genesis.
James Cameron returns.
Genesis.
I was like, but he's already been here.
He never left.
He's been there since the last time you got him. Are we just ignoring
that? He can't pull over any further.
He can't pull over anymore. But yeah, it looks good. I like the fact that this trailer didn't give anything too major away. I still don't know what the story really is, besides that, hey, there's another guy.
Whatever girl is there that is the key to protecting people. Sure.
Yeah. All right.
I'm down. It looks good.
Now,
dude, Linda Hamilton.
Yeah.
Taking names.
Kicking ass. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all about that.
Now, a trailer that didn't sell me, and that's just because of me. It has nothing to do with the trailer itself. We got a trailer for Bad Boys for Life.
Oh, this looks so good.
With Will Smith, who's in, peak physical condition, and Martin Lawrence, who definitely is there for this movie. There for the paycheck.
Did I see Vanessa Hudgens? I think I saw Vanessa Hudgens in this movie.
I think you may have. I was too distracted by the Michael Bay-ness of this trailer.
I think this is Michael Bay's best set of movies. Besides maybe the first three Transformers. These movies are great. They're fun. They're over the top action. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are good, and they play off of each other, and they're back at it. You can see them playing off of each other really well, going back and forth. I love these movies. This movie looks great. I am all about this. I am very excited. But let me ask you a question.
Please.
Is Will Smith contractually obligated in every Bad Boys movie to have a scene where the camera pans around him 360 while he's holding two guns out opposite directions?
100%. Right. Yep.
Because I remember that from Bad Boys 2 as well.
Yeah, just like Mariah Carey must be lit a certain way when you're doing an interview with her.
Gotcha.
He requires that, just like Jim Woo requires doves. It's just a thing that has to happen.
John Woo.
Why did I say Jim Woo?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but he requires doves. Here's the thing, Brian. Are we handing out this franchise to Vanessa Hudgens and those two other people that are in there? I don't think you get Vanessa Hudgens. You're not going to get Will Smith and Martin Lawrence to come back for another Bad Boys movie.
But let's dial it back real quick. I appreciate the fact that A, both of them came back.
Yes.
B, Joey Pantaleone
Yes.
also came back.
And that ridiculous wig.
All of the normal
Yes.
crux,
The
cast
things you need to
came
make
back.
a sequel after a long time to work are here. The parts are there.
As far as do we hand this off to the other characters? I think it all depends on how well they play in the movie.
I mean, let's face it, Michael Bay is not one to turn down a franchise and then milk it till it dies. I'm looking at you,
Sure.
Transformers, last night.
But I mean, at the same time, like, it's an easy franchise.
Yeah.
It's Lethal Weapon,
Yeah.
but in Miami. It's a normal buddy cop movie. You can keep this going and keep doing
rotate the
Bad Boys
people.
movies
Yeah.
with different people. Like, and people will enjoy it.
Yes.
And it's cheap and they make money. Let's be real. And and the director you want directing movies like this is
Yeah.
either Shane Black or Michael Bay.
Right. Yes.
This I'm all on board for
Wait,
this.
do you
So
want
if they
Shane
want to
Black?
pass it off,
Wait,
I
hold
don't
on.
care.
Do you want Shane Black involved after Predator?
Don't let Shane listen. Let me be real. I like Shane Black as a director and a writer. Just don't give him existing IP.
Well, wouldn't
When he's on his own, when he creates his own stuff, he's great. Lethal Weapon is great.
right?
He wrote and directed those, and
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha.
Nice Guys.
Yes, I like Nice
That's all him
Guys.
too.
Nice Guys
That's all
was a
him.
good movie. All
He
right, okay,
does
okay,
buddy
okay,
cop
okay,
movies very well. It's just when you give him an existing IP, a la Predator, a la Iron Man, for some reason he can't do it. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is him too. I just won. Lawyered.
I'm waiting for how many times are going to say one last time in this, or I don't know. Maybe the words family are going to come up, and then I just assume this turns into Fast and
dude.
Furious.
This isn't a Fast and Furious movie. This is Bad Boys. That's different.
They've already
They're
said
not
one
about
last
family.
time. I know. Well, who knows? We don't know what these other three people are doing here, Brian. We don't know what they're doing.
They ain't family. That's Fast and Furious territory.
That's very true.
Although, how cool would it be if Fast and Furious took place in
Bad
the same
Boys?
universe as Bad Boys?
That would be pretty dope.
That would be a very easy
I would
crossover.
be happy for. All right. Okay.
Hollywood, hire me because that's a great idea.
The following.
Who owns Bad Boys? What
What?
studio owns Bad Boys?
What studio?
Columbia.
No, it's
Sony.
Sony Entertainment. Yeah, Sony.
Sony owns Bad Boys.
Well,
Not getting them to play well with other studios.
Jerry Bruckheimer
Right
produced. He is produced. By the way, Jerry Bruckheimer is producing this movie. So is Will
yeah,
Smith.
Jerry Bruckheimer. Yeah, I'm not surprised by it.
Well,
Well,
I
I
mean-
mean, it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith has got
What he does.
plenty of money to produce stuff.
That's what he does. Okay. The next two topics, I'm sure, is where Brian just kicks up his feet and goes, I mean, one day, sure, maybe. We got a teaser for season 2 of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, starring John Krasinski on Amazon Prime Video. Holy shit. This looks fantastic. I want more of this show. It's coming out at the end of the month. I'm super freaking excited. Brian, have you watched one iota of Jack Ryan season 1 yet?
No, but I watched all
you
8
should-
episodes of The Boys
You should be ashamed of yourself.
on the same platform. Like the icon for
Oh, I get it.
Clancy's Jack Ryan was
Oh, I
right
get it.
next to it, and I clicked on The Boys.
I would like to correct something I just said. Real time follow up. It is not out at the end of the month. Is in the month of November. My apologies. The month of November. So not
That's not far off.
not that far off. But I said it was September, and that's not true. November 1st.
Well, you're wrong.
See it. November 1st. New season looks really great. They're going to Venezuela. Looks fucking awesome.
Venezuela.
Venezuela. John Krasinski still looks badass as ever. Did you even watch the trailer?
You want me to?
No. If you had
I haven't seen the first season. Why would I watch this trailer? Maybe when it
All
comes
right.
out in November, I'll do a 2-season binge. How many episodes is the first season?
I don't remember, but you should just watch
Is
Jack
it
Ryan.
more than 8?
I honestly don't know, and I should not be researching this for you. You should just watch it. Ugh.
Yeah, but I
We
got so
also
much other
got
stuff to do.
an announcement and a little bit of a teaser for El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, which is taking after the events after Breaking Bad. It looks like that the FBI and law enforcement is trying to hunt down Jesse Pinkman. It is coming out October 11th of 2019. This looks really good. There are some rumors that Bryan Cranston was on set. Spoiler alerts for Breaking Bad. Not sure how that happens, but hey, whatever. More Aaron Paul, and then hopefully this does so well that we obviously make the natural transition under the new ownership with the mouse that Aaron Paul for Ghost Rider. I think that is something that we could still accomplish as a world, something that we can still do together. We can make it happen, people.
Wow, that's a callback to like the first 10 episodes, bro.
God damn right. So those were two trailers that Brian has no interest in, and shame on you, Brian. And
okay, don't shame on me.
I hope you stub your toe tonight.
A, I have every intention to watch Jack Ryan. Maybe I wait till November and watch both seasons. B, I have no desire to finish Breaking Bad.
And I hope you stub your toe.
Yeah, I just don't see what everybody else sees in it.
Moving on. A few months ago, we discussed a service being launched by Amazon-owned IMDb. Yay! They're making an ad-supported free streaming service. Originally was called Free Drive, but whatever, it's now called IMDb TV. It allows you to watch good movies, almost like a Crackle kind of thing, right? It's got a good selection of things that are available to you. However, it was really only available on a Roku and like one other weird subscription servicey thing. But now they have launched their own app on iOS and Android, so now you can finally watch it on your phone and then put it up on your TV. It's also available on the Amazon Fire TV, which would make sense because they own, but there you go. It's starting today. I would recommend checking it out. I know they got some good stuff. I know they got like Blade Runner on there, like the Final Cut. I know they got Fringe, Brian. Think you're a fan of Fringe? Think they got some Heroes and Never Ending Story.
I enjoyed Fringe, yeah.
So I would definitely check this out. I think it's worth looking at, especially if you don't feel like paying for content or can sit through an ad or just need to quickly kill some time and don't want to go through your traditional streaming service. Just see what IMDb TV has to offer. Not very easy to say, but easy to watch. Brian.
CJ.
Much like when you have a small child, there are a couple things that we watch pretty closely, right? Make sure that there's no bumps or bruises on it. Then we make sure that things are going the way it's supposed to.
Where are you going with this?
I'm going to Disney Plus, man.
Oh, okay.
We have been watching this streaming service like a hawk. And I think I just saw the best trailer for anything ever that is coming on the streaming service. And that is The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Now, we talked about this a few weeks ago.
Yes, we did.
Oh my God, this trailer just made me buy a streaming service.
How great does that show look?
Oh my God. Listener, do me a favor. If you're driving, pull over, right? Safely, pull over. Go ahead and watch this trailer. If you're walking around the neighborhood, just find a lamppost to lean on, just or a mailbox or something. You need to watch this trailer.
A lawn to sit in.
A lawn as well. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and watch this trailer, and you're welcome. And then come on back here because this looks fucking great, Brian.
It really does.
It looks so fascinating.
I'm so down for watching Jeff Goldblum experience.
I'm fascinated.
Just normal shit.
It's like I'm fascinated by many things. Ice cream, denim, tattoos, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this show about? I don't know, but I want to watch it.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he ends with, I was a little bit of a late bloomer, a late gold bloomer, and I literally audibly laughed out loud. Literally,
CJ joke right there.
Literally guffawed, Brian.
Yeah, I've been on board for this ever since they announced it. So I'm completely bought in, and I am totally looking into what finances I have to move around in order to afford another streaming service.
But it's so cheap. This streaming service is so cheap.
It really is.
It looks so good.
I agree.
Like, I was already on board with all the Marvel shows that were on there, and The Mandalorian, and now you give me The World According to... I'm going to have so much to watch on this thing. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do.
I don't know. I've got so much to watch already.
You are just too much. Done.
Content.
Everyone else is like...
I need to take a week off.
Everyone else is like, there's too much content. There's too much tuna. And you are just like, well, I'll get to things, but you are just done.
Tuna?
Yeah, don't worry about that. If you don't understand too much tuna, Google that. See what happens. You'll be fine.
I'm not so sure I want to.
You do. You absolutely do.
Is
especially
it right next to the Lemon Party link?
No. It's not like that. It's got John Mulaney. Huh? There you go. It's a John Mulaney thing. I found an article that said everything coming to Disney Plus on launch day. To which I thought, I wonder what they're going to do, because
The world, according to Jeff Goldblum, is one of those.
That's very
things.
true. The service is going to launch in November 12th, so it's like right around the corner, right? And I'm like, what is going to be there? Because I'll be fair, Brian. Oh God,
Don't you fucking dare.
To be fair, Brian. To be fair.
Ugh.
I just had to do it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm looking at Apple TV Plus and going, there's not a whole lot that's going to be ready when you guys eventually flip the switch. I don't know what you're going to do. And then look at Disney Plus. I'm like, fuck right. I got like a whole month. I'm done. I've got my whole month planned out. I'll have the West Wing done by then, and I'll go right to Disney Plus. So I was looking at it, wanted to hit some of the highlights. Obviously, The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Going to be available. Brian, as we talked about a few weeks ago, High School Musical, the series.
Oh, I'm not going to be watching it, but yes,
sure,
that will be
buddy.
available.
Listen, there's
I'm
no
not
need,
going to.
There's no need to hide behind your love for High School Musical.
Not hiding anything, but thanks, CJ.
It's okay, Brian. It's okay to say we're
Don't
all
tell
in
me it's a
this
safe space.
together.
First and foremost, this is not a safe space. You do not make it safe at all.
We got Forky Asks a Question, which if you
that's
saw...
what the short Pixar series, right?
Well, there's also a bunch of Pixar Spark shorts, as they're called, Brian. Yes, absolutely. The World, according to Jeff Goldblum, and then there's going to be some new movies, like we talked about Lady and the Tramp, right? We talked about Noelle, and then the whole freaking back catalog.
Are we sure?
Disney
I don't think it's the whole back catalog.
At least 24 of the animated Disney cartoon classics, including my personal favorite 101 Dalmatians, all the way down to Frozen. So a whole bunch of stuff to get in there. As well as, Brian, I know your original beloved High School Musical will also be on there. Also with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. This is amazing. Oh my God, Brian.
This is a solid streaming. Yes.
Brian, stop what you're doing. The Rocketeer will be on this as well.
What?
The Rocketeer and Tron from 1982 will be on Disney+.
I own Tron. Do I own the Rocketeer? I don't think I own the Rocketeer.
I swear, if I ever get a motorcycle, that is my helmet.
I do not own the Rocketeer. That's awesome.
The Rocketeer. If you haven't seen the Rocketeer, it's a little rough, but I would definitely recommend
it. It is not a little rough. It is
a
wonderful
little
and
rough.
Joyous.
Listen, I love the Rocketeer. It's a little rough.
It's really not.
Dude, this is incredible. I'm going through this list, like, I'm not even at the bottom. It's so much. And then at the very end, they list all this stuff, right? Star Wars shows, Pixar, Disney Channel, Marvel, and at the very end, the last line is the quote, "We now own Fox shows." So you also have The Simpsons on Disney Plus. This is incredible, dude.
This is the streaming service to end most streaming services,
Holy
man.
Shit.
I don't know who's going to be left after the dust settles. I don't know what the hell Apple TV Plus is thinking right now.
I have no idea.
They don't know. They have.
I'm interested in one show in Apple TV Plus, and that's it.
And it's $10 a month.
We don't know that. We don't know yet. But probably by the end of the day today, maybe we do. But we don't know it.
What's the one show you're interested in?
It's the one that's like a Man in the High Castle, where the Russians got to the moon first.
Yeah, I don't care. That's not enough for me to spend $10 a month. No way.
I'm just interested in the show. Again, Brian, stop saying $10 a month. We don't know. We don't.
I will say whatever I want.
We don't know.
Anyway,
The World, according to Jeff Goldblum, is the freaking highlight of this. This and The Rocketeer.
I don't know. I'm pretty stoked for The Mandalorian and the 6 Marvel shows that are coming out. It's going to be good.
Since we're talking about, oh my gosh, there's so much to watch, we again figured we would take it upon ourselves to make this a little bit easier for you, listener, to figure out something that maybe you want to watch before these streaming services just take over your damn life. So, as was prompted by a fellow listener, we are asked to give our suggestions for streaming services. Brian, are you ready to tell some listeners what to watch?
Sure. Yeah.
So before we give you our picks, we did have a fan on Instagram, which, by the way, the Instagram handle for this was Piggy Fats.
All right.
Okay. Welcome to Instagram, where people have...
Sounds delicious.
They said, hey, guys, have you seen The IT Crowd? I found it quite enjoyable, and it's on Netflix to stream. To which I replied, Piggy Fats, have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? You're welcome. It's a funny show.
I've heard a bunch of good things about that show.
You haven't watched The IT Crowd?
I think I saw the first episode, and that was it.
Oh, it's really good.
I believe it.
If you listen to this show, I can tell you will like the IT Crowd. It's British humor, it's techie humor, all rolled into one with a little bit of weird stuff on the end of it at the back end. Pretty freaking good. So our streaming service for this week, we are going to give our suggestions for Hulu.
Hello.
Hulu. I'm going to go on a little bit of a. I'm going to give you an out there suggestion this week. Okay. We talked a couple weeks ago about the network USA, right?
USA.
And we talked about how we kind of like some of the USA programming. I was a big fan of Burn Notice. Okay, I found that show.
I seen it.
I found that show to be enjoyable. I liked the lead actor. I liked Bruce Campbell. I was on board. So when I was scrolling through Hulu one day, I noticed that Jeffrey Donovan, who played Michael Weston, but not to be confused with the actor Michael Weston, who appeared on Burn Notice, playing a different character whose name was not Michael Weston, but Jeffrey Donovan, who played Michael Weston, was in a show on Hulu called Shut Eye. Shut Eye is about a con man and his wife who jump around from place to place, but finally settle in a little spot in California, who start pulling cons, and he suddenly gets hit with some supernatural abilities and visions as he's dealing with a gypsy family that he is trying to pull a con over. It sounds really weird. It is really weird, but it's really good. It had about a 2 to 3 season run. It's gone now. They canceled it, but it ended really well. And I definitely recommend checking it out, especially if you just want something off the beaten path a little, not so mainstream, maybe not the thing that everyone's talking about, and something that you haven't seen. Check out Shut Eye on Hulu.
That sounds interesting, CJ. It's on the list.
Oh, okay.
It's low on the list.
So it'll never get off the list, but it's on
You
there.
didn't do a wonderful job selling it, but you did enough to get it on the list. Like, if I'm bored and maybe halfway caught up and I really want to annoy you by not watching Jack Ryan, maybe I'll watch Shut Eye. I'm going to recommend that you watch Veronica Mars.
Surprise, Brian. The show that got us into all this bullshit. Veronica Mars.
I'm pretty sure you enjoyed Veronica Mars when I duped you into watching it.
I
so
loved
I'm
it.
going to tell the listeners to watch it as well. And I think the best way I can describe it is it is a grown-up badass Nancy Drew. Is that off the beaten path?
No, that's accurate.
It is a mystery show starring Kristen Bell. It was on UPN that later became the CW for 3 years, and now Hulu has picked it up to do a 4th season. And in between, there was a movie because it's been off the air for a while now.
A while,
almost a decade.
Yeah.
So I recommend you watch the entire series. It is 4 seasons and a movie.
Here's the trick to that, Brian.
Yeah,
you can watch all the series on Hulu. But if you want to watch the movie, that's the gap between the old series and the new one on Hulu, you have to watch it with HBO.
Oh, so it's a twofer.
It's a twofer.
You're welcome. It's a recommendation for
the
HBO.
Show, right? The series
Hulu.
is on Hulu, right? Seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4. But after you watch seasons 1, 2, and 3, hop over to HBO and watch the movie, and then go into season 4. I'm going to tell you, you need to watch the movie to watch season 4. I think
you don't need to, but it does help.
Like, it'd be kind of weird if you did.
You only need it for that relationship. That is it.
All right. Well, so those are our suggestions. We obviously would love to hear from you. So if there's anything in the show that you liked, please do us several favors. Number 1, leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Number 2, share the show with a friend because sharing is the ultimate internet currency. And we thank you for your donation. And 3, be subscribed and listen next week because we got some fantastic coming.
And 4, be kind, rewind.
That's very true. So thank you, listener. Thank you so much for making us your walk around your neighborhood and your drive to work. And we will see you next week.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
Hello, Jimmy. Can you please pass this on to Mr. Thornton? Hello, Mr. Thornton. This is Mr. Hollywood. I would like to have you come to Hollywood. We need to have an interview since I have fired everyone. In fact, I have packed up Hollywood and I'm moving it to you. Wait a minute. Jimmy has given me something. Oh, bad news, Mr. Thornton. You have not watched any of the Doctor Who series you're supposed to do. Well, Mr. Thornton, I have to revoke my appointment for you. So have a wonderful day. I will be in contact with you when you have finished your Doctor Who series. Thank you, Mr. Thornton. Have a wonderful day. Jimmy, get me a seltzer, please.